sure most of you are familiar with the sports organization called the UFC. For those of you who aren't, let me give you a quick rundown. The Ultimate Fighting Championship is a mixed martial arts organization where individuals from different MMA disciplines compete for championship status in different weight classes. It's similar to boxing in its structure, if not the actual sport. About 5 to 10 years ago, there was a popular fighter named George St-Pierre. When George St-Pierre started out, his primary fighting method was based on his karate experience. However, you need to excel in more than one discipline to be a top-level MMA fighter. That's why George St-Pierre enlisted the help of jiu-jitsu coach John Donahue, who he would later credit for his career success. Because he was able to close his knowledge gap, St-Pierre was now proficient in 2 disciplines, which is what got him on top. You see, whether the fight was on the feet or on the mat, St-Pierre could engage whichever training was best suited for that situation. As his career continued, St-Pierre trained in additional disciplines like Muay Thai kickboxing, traditional boxing, and judo. With 5 different skill sets to draw from, he was able to perform at his highest level. Do you see where I'm going with this? If you follow George St-Pierre's lead, you should have 4 to 5 different skill sets that you can engage in different scenarios. By doing this, you're not only able to use the best discipline for the given situation, you also create a new way of working. This new way of working or operating in the workplace is groundbreaking. By combining different disciplines to perform at your highest level, you and your work are now transformational. What happens when you combine institutional knowledge you've learned during higher education with knowledge you've learned during professional certification? The answer is you combine philosophy with functional knowledge and create a new way of working within your profession. The dynamic combination of skill sets is what leads to a 6-figure career. All right, and let's just think about that concept for a minute. Let's just say, what happens if you go get a bachelor's degree, let's say in computer science, but yet you've never worked in industry, as far as getting experience, or you've never, completed a certification like an A+ to kind of get that targeted training, for an actually industry, standard. Then you've got the education, but maybe you're lacking certification and experience. What happens if you do have, a bachelor's degree, the institutional knowledge, and then you have experience working in the field, and then you combine that with, let's say, like an A+ or a project management professional certification? All of a sudden, you're pulling knowledges from all of those different functional areas. Now, not only do you have the experience of doing the hands-on job, you've expanded your educational knowledge. Now you've got a wider base to pull from. You've taken finance classes, you've taken operations classes, maybe you've taken Java programming, or you've taken information security courses, things like that. So you've got a wide base to pull from. Then you go get an A+. Now you can pull from either one of those disciplines as you're growing in your career, and that's why knowledge acquisition is a compounding asset. When you combine an A+ with a bachelor's degree, with 2-3 years of experience, you're not just the person with 2-3 years of experience, you're a combination of them all. And now you have a new way of operating in the workplace. And that's what's transformational. Building a balanced career based on education, as high as you'd like to go, getting as much education as you need for the career you desire, getting the certifications required for the career you desire, and getting the right experience at the right time so that way you can grow in a balanced fashion. So, and that's the methodology behind, building a solid career development plan, is strategically balanced, like building a career with the right certification, the right experience, and the right education at the right time. All right, and let's talk about goal setting. Number 2, set goals to achieve your career path structure. Now, you notice, in the ECE framework, you saw things like, the different certifications I had, like, PMP, and the positions I had, like project manager or program manager. And then the degrees I had, like a bachelor's in IT and a master's in business, a doctorate in management. Those are legitimate goals, right?